Simpson. And Japan have gone absolutely without lead. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Greetings, football lovers. Happy Football Sunday. Welcome to Ballchat podcast. My name is Benton, along with the crew. Junior, Wagwan family. We know Sakamon is with us. We just get her on camera. Oh, you still here, Junior?
Well, I'm good, you know. I'm good. I'm good.
You're at peace.
No, I'm good. Not at peace.
You're good. Come on, you're live and direct on camera. How you doing, family? Wagwan. And now, camera, you have to unmute yourself. Come on, how long we had to zoom on? Football family, welcome to Ballchat as Cameron get her audio situation sorted out. But she's live, she's with us. She have in-depth analysis getting ready to run through in a little bit. So Junior, we just have to go and go.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, and we also can see you. Come on, how you doing?
I'm good. I am doing well.
All right. Respect. Bless up to the family. Welcome to Ballchat family. We're gonna get to some of the major news in the world of football. We have Juventus 15-point deduction. We'll take a deep dive in the saga that is the Juventus. We'll also take a look at Arsenal versus Manchester United as the gig spinner, the one and only Mr. Anthony, the fidget spinner, aka $100 million baller, was lost at sea. We'll take a look at Modric's debut for Chelsea, big transfer, and we also wrap up with Yard Ballers report, taking a look at the Reggae Girls squad and also the Jamaican Premier League. Just look what's going on with Jamaican football, because we don't know we have the Yard Ballers report. We're gonna kick it off with Ballers and Bugs. Ballers been the impressive players of the week. If you have Ballers, send them on. Bugs, the unimpressive players. Come on, Ballers of the week family, who do you have?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So for me, my baller of this week is the same like last weekend. It is Victor from Napoli. He is on fire. I think he has 15 goals in 13 games, 3 assists. And I think they're saying that if he continues on this vein, in the 125-year history of Italian top flight, no African player has ever finished the season as the competition's top scorer. So hopefully he can make some history this season. So he's my baller. We have to give it to Haaland because nobody else got a hat-trick this weekend. You know, he was a little bit slow starting 2023. So I think he's picking up his form. He has more goals now than Nunes. So that foolishness what them talk about. Nunes have more goals than Haaland in 2013. They can put that to rest. And Saka and the entire Arsenal squad, we have to really pick them up. So those are my ballers of this week.
Big up to Victor. Come on, you requested a Ballchat engineer and family to put our post or show an image of Victor, which is currently up. Is this football Victor playing or karate or kung fu move? What kind of image is this? Come on.
It don't matter. 15 goals in 13 games. If he comes to Chelsea and do that, we would love him. We probably build a statue for him. So that's okay. He want fly, he want dive, he want score him head. We care zero. Big up yourself, Victor.
Big up. Junior, Victor, I saw a stat somewhere where Ademola Lookman and Victor Osimhen are the two big pillars in the Scudetto. So it's big for two African or Nigerian ancestral players to do them things in the Scudetto. You don't know, even though we light a fire upon the Scudetto said we are because of certain other things. Right. Junior, ballers of the week, family, who do you have?
Yo, I give it to Arsenal. I also give it to Manchester United for giving us a classic football game it had everything in it, right? It had idiotic defending, it had great attacking, it had mindless midfield play from both sides, it had great goalkeepers. It was a classic Man U versus Arsenal game. So it was a great Sunday morning watch. But Tief, come on, baller, and give it to Haaland again, to the Viking. 3 goals today. The man, when he bust out, right? And a team that the commentators kind of get kind of comfortable with them, they're going to give them ball of the week. It's Crystal Palace. They played against a very hot Manchester United and fought back for a draw. Played against a very hot Newcastle and get a draw at home. Both games at home. They had no reason taking a point from both games. And they found a way to get a point. Unfortunately, Zaha injured. All right, looked like him injured. We don't know how long we're injured for. But there's something to be said about Patrick Vieira and having Crystal Palace in a place where they're not threatened to be relegated. No, they're not threatening for the top 4, top 6. But they are just playing good football, and it's the classic English Premier League side. And also, one ball of the week, tongue-in-cheek, to the U.S. Soccer Federation, who seemingly is trying to get their ship in order by getting rid of Brian McBride. So what they are doing is getting rid of all of the coaches' crutches.
Junior, did you know, sir, your old age is reaching me. What was the language? Did you use a crazy language regarding getting their S together? What exactly?
The ship,
Oh, okay,
S-H-I-P.
Okay.
But parents who are avid Christians watch the show, you know, I cannot curse. If me curse, the next 2 minutes, ring, ring, ring. Hello? Hello, Junior, we did not grow you that way. So, no, can't curse for people.
But big up manners. Hail up to the family watching Ballchat. Big up to mommy and daddy, always tuning in. Big up to Jason Frey running in, the Arsenal fans running in hot. Big up to Reggie. Send on the ballers and bugs. Ballers of the week for me. I want to big up Riyad Mahrez. I thought Riyad Mahrez was exceptional in the game against Spurs. I was about to say Arsenal, but against Spurs. Riyad Mahrez pretty much put City on the back in that 4-2 comeback against Spurs. I know some people will say it's just Spurs, but I thought he was absolutely exceptional. So that's the level you need from a Riyad Mahrez type baller consistently. And also, ball of the week to Mikel Arteta. I mean, when a man put in him work and you see the products and the fruits of the labor of such work, big up. Arsenal Football Club is playing some wonderful football, entertaining, attractive football. So big up. Mikel Arteta get a ball of the week. I know that Junior is his number president of Arteta fan club, but you don't know. I'm going to give him a ball of the week. And finally, ball of the week to Mitoma, Japanese winger for Brighton Alvin Hove. What a player. And whosoever is doing the scouting at Brighton, Chelsea needs to hire him because that person is excellent in finding talent. Whosoever is doing the scouting, you know, Todd Bowley need to run in with $45 million and just take him off Brighton hand. Him or her off Brighton hand.
And take the scout for $45 million. It's probably the same scout was sent Potter to Chelsea.
It's monopoly money, but Brighton Football Club finds players, and these players continue to excel. So Mitoma was excellent as he had Leicester City's right back in stitches in the game, in the EPL matchup this weekend. All right, Bugs of the Week, family. Come on, who do you have as your unimpressive players?
I have 3 players, and then the rest is teams. Let me start off by saying Shepperton FC of the Jamaica Premier League gets a complete and utter bug for firing Lenny, right, in the middle of the season, now and down in 12th place. Of course, we understand the rules, and we talk about it in Yard Ballers, the rules with the schoolboys, the limit of the schoolboys. But these were the same CC boys who helped promote Shepperton. These were the same boys who helped promote Shepperton to the Premier League. So you fire Lenny. So Lenny took up his ball and gone home. So today they were supposed to play Mount Pleasant, and they did not play Mount because they did not have enough. They did not show up. Somebody said they don't have enough players, but they just did not show up for the fixture. So Shepperton FC is my bug. Chelsea, of course. Chelsea and Liverpool. It was a snooze fest. I think it's one of the worst football games I have seen in the past month. And we also watch the World Cup. Conte, we tell Conte say don't go Tottenham, and him still go. The man look frazzled. Lampard, and I think Lampard's time is up because Everton, they're not doing well and they may be relegated. They're in that nickel section. Juventus, for doing all the foolishness to get the 15-point reduction. And I think they lost today. I have to double check because they were losing 3-2 to Atalanta, 2-3 to Atalanta. And Dani Alves, who is in jail, right? Because it's alleged that it was a sexual offense. So he changed his story like 10 times according to the media. So he gets a bug. So let me run over it because a complete infestation. Chaperton FC, Chelsea, Liverpool, Conte, Lampard, Danny, and Juventus. Those are my bugs. I don't ever leave anything else.
Dani Alves should get should have gotten a contract agreement before enter certain things, certain activities. But regarding Juventus and Atalanta, the game ended 3-3. The Bianconeri came back and tied the game. So, bugs of the week, Junior. We'll discuss Dani Alves and in jail.
It definitely have to go to Juventus. I don't know. It's Juventus. I'm not going to give it to Conte. I'm not going to give it to Spurs. I'm going to give it to the people who expected different from Tottenham. I mean, Conte is a great coach, but you cannot. How many years do we see Tottenham being Tottenham? And why do we expect Tottenham to not be Tottenham anymore? And I said it at the start of the season. The game against Southampton was smoke and mirrors. When they ran Southampton off the court, off the field, they said, no, we're not seeing right. This isn't the real Tottenham that we should expect for the rest of the year. Tottenham will be Tottenham. So everybody the Tottenham fans that are so delusional, every year the things Jesus will come and turn water into wine. Me don't care what time Jesus will touch that Tottenham water there, It will not be acidic. It will not get any wine. It not even get berry juice.
Tottenham fans.
Watching the ballers and bugs in a second. I just
Tottenham fans listen to the show.
Big up Lucian. Tech Matrix Sound is a Tottenham fan, and I know it for years. And poor Tech Matrix everywhere. Oh, Tottenham look good. And then when Tottenham don't look good, been a year for me for about 2 weeks.
Bugs of the week, football family, ballers and bugs and on your bugs. Jason Frame, big up yourself. We have to give a bug to Anthony. Yes, Jason Frame. A bug of the week, Anthony. You can't cost 100 million and can't make simple pass. Chelsea, just because they are Chelsea, gets also a bug from Jason Frame. But the Anthony, I'm going to definitely highlight that because I have Anthony on my bug of the week. But I can't blame the man for taking 100 million, brother. It's the side that hire him. Bugs of the week for me. Anthony, Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp, coach of Liverpool FC, coaches 1,000 career match this past weekend, 1,000 game against Chelsea. At the post-match press conference speaking to BT Sports, Jurgen Klopp asked and said, quote, Arsene Wenger lost his 1,000 game 6-0. So I am pretty happy, end quote. What does Arsene Wenger have to do with your game, boss? Jurgen Klopp, that was an unnecessary dig at the legendary Professor Mr. Arsene Wenger. So Jurgen Klopp gets a bug of the week, bringing up old memories. The man losing 1,000 game 6-0. So he gets a bug of the week for me. And a bug of the week to the Women's Soccer League administrators. The game, why even start the game and then blow it off 5 minutes in because of a frozen pitch? In Women's Soccer League in the top flight in England, in the UK. So the Women's Soccer League administrators should have done a better job with that whole fiasco. So they put out a statement that the game will be rescheduled. I think it's a game between Chelsea and Liverpool, actually, early on today. All right, let's get to our football roundup, family, and let's get to Junior. Before we go to football roundup, highlight some of the ballers and bugs from the family.
Oh, Jason did say Jason said one of his ballers is Rashford. That shot, well, he saw was well struck. Saka, they knew what he was going, where he was going, but still couldn't stop him. And the Reggae Boys coach for calling up Whisper for looking is getting a baller after week. I have to highlight that. Oli says clutch moment, clutch free kick. Don't know why the trio Olise, Zaha, and Eze don't get more props. I don't know why I put Zaha in that conversation because
Junior's most emotional footballer, Zaha.
Most emotional footballer ever, man. Reggie also said that his bug has to go to Everton and Frank Lampard. Also, the WSL for having 3 matches postponed because of ice on the pitch. Get it together, guys.
All right. Football recap. A big game earlier today between Manchester United and Arsenal. Come on, I mean, Arsenal quack like a duck, walk like a duck, walk like a champion, quack like a champion. They look like a champion. Is this a champion team we're seeing in front of our eyes? That sounded a lot better in my head.
I think so. I think the only thing that can stop Arsenal would be injuries, right? And Arsenal's bench is really, really thin. So, they may run into some issues if they have to pull from the bench. But for now, the quality on the pitch is there. They played some inspiring and some very good football today. I saw them take the ball from the back and keep passing the ball. You could see it even in attacking Man Utd goal. It was lopsided. Yes, Junior gave them a baller because the football itself was exciting. But when it came to the stats, it was kind of screwed. Arsenal had 25 shots. The Manchester United 6 shots on goal. Shots total. 5 shots on target for Arsenal and 4. Possession was pretty even, 58-42. So we're not going to really talk about that. But Arsenal seems to be the real deal. I don't like to say it because my Arsenal fans quite full up my WhatsApp today with one bag of memes. But they are playing good football. And I think other teams, owners of clubs, should look at the Arsenal. We talk about, yes, Arsenal is too cheap to buy players and to kind of change their coaches because of contracts. But you realize that last year, this time, Arsenal fans were not wearing their jerseys. They were not in the house. They were not talking to anybody. They were not in top 5 conversation. And when people were saying Arteta out, the Arsenal fans, them on the Arsenal team, you were saying, we're not going to any more games if Arsenal keep Arteta. And the board just said, listen, Arteta is our man. We have a vision. We see what he's doing. And look at Arsenal now. 5 points clear. Yes, they still have to face Man City. But Arsenal has been playing inspired football. So I think other teams should kind of look at it and say, listen, we can't change coaches like how we change our underwear. Let us stick to it. Let us work. That being said, Potter needs to go. But anyway, that's a different stuff.
We'll get to Potter in a second. Junior, your Manchester United team ran into the Emirates today to take on this Gunners team. Your thoughts on the display by both teams and the separation between these two teams at this stage in the process?
I think it was a good football game, personally. The mere fact that I am now talking about the best team in England versus a Manchester United team that at the start of the season was in shambles, right? And we're talking about the game played at Arsenal, and we can't say if Wan-Bissaka they track back, if Wan-Bissaka was aware of Nketiah on the far post, it could have been a 2-2 game. If Anthony didn't have some sense, if blah, blah, blah. But Arsenal is a big side, and Arsenal is prime to win the Premier League this year, only because they don't have any European games left. They don't have no more European games left. They play the FA Cup this Friday against Man City, which you would say, all right, Arsenal, you might not beat City this weekend. Cool. So all Arsenal have to do is play home games and just see out the rest of the schedule. Their last 4 games, I think they're only playing Newcastle, but they have, I think, it's 4 winnable games. So yeah, them have a rough stretch with Chelsea and Man City later on in the season. But after that, all their games that are left are winnable.
Speaking of this game, come on. Looking at matchups in this game, I mean, Casemiro was missing. Did the loss of Casemiro the big difference maker for Manchester United here? Of course, Ten Hag went with Bruno, Christian, and the other player, what name? McTominay.
Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott McTominay.
In that midfield.
Yeah. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Maybe, maybe. But we really can't say definitively because Arsenal playing good football, right? I think one of the time we were kind of worried, not we, Arsenal fans were worried because I am on the fence. I support the red side. Partey was not having a good first half. First 25 minutes, Partey wasn't having a good game. And then I guess he kind of stepped it up because the team kind of lifted Arsenal. So I'm not sure if Casemiro would have made a huge difference, probably. But as I said, Arsenal was the better squad today on the pitch.
Junior, if we look at this game in a little bit more detail, your team, I mean, it seems like the objective was try to get Anthony on the ball earlier on and try to let him, force the Arsenal Zinchenko back. Your thoughts on that matchup? Is that did Coach Ten Hag took too long to pull the plug on that one? Or it's irrelevant, that had no impact on the game itself?
Yeah, because all right, it's all about who's there. Because I said in the chat that Manchester United is in need of players, right? Yes, their starting 11 is a very good starting 11, even with Anthony. Because Anthony on his day can be dangerous. But the problem with Anthony
is that, Junior?
It's 7 days out of the week. You can guess any one of them. And it will give you the other 6. But give him 1 day out of the week, and he can do something for you. But the problem with Anthony is everybody and them granny is sitting down and saying, yo, all he wants to do is cut back to his left. Everybody know that. Everybody knows that, right? And he refuses to do anything different. But the problem for Man U is we don't have a replacement. Sancho is just coming back in. I think Sancho is walking right into that starting line. Starting in the next game. I think we'll play I think Man U play in the cup, the League Cup next. Sancho is walking right into that game and he's starting from then on. Garnacho is can't play right wing. I think Rashford is better served to play on the right wing, but today he had to play on the left. Why? Because Martial injured. So there's just so many issues. But that aside, no, he didn't take too long to pull Anthony because he never really have another option. If they have Anthony and put on Fred, I'll send Bruno up on the right wing. Is that the option? Is that the elixir? No.
Okay. Come on, looking at our attacking threats presented by Oracle, the Oracle Cloud. Arsenal, based on the attacking numbers, dominated the second half. Bukayo Saka was very instrumental in scoring. It scored a beautiful goal. Do you think that Manchester United gave the young general too much room there to do what he did against, especially in that goal, knowing that he wanted to cut in on his left and take a shot? Your thoughts on that defensive effort by Luke Shaw?
It is Luke Shaw, right? I mean, what do you get? Luke, according to Jose Mourinho, Luke Shaw is not elite. I think he's a hard tackler, and he's not even that quick anymore. So I don't know why people would say Luke Shaw is one of the best defenders there is. I think Arsenal was playing more like keep away, right? So they didn't give Man U the opportunity to really get the ball from them. You know, we always talk about why a player always get fouled because they hold on to the ball too long. It's as if Arteta tell Arsenal, say, as the ball reach your foot, you release it. So Arsenal did not give Man U any time to set. And Saka was really in the moment. You could see where he wanted the ball, he wanted to go forward. And I really think that Man U's defensive unit today, they were not up to par. They were not up to par. But as I said, Saka was playing a very good game.
Yeah, big up, big up.
No.
Yeah, go ahead, Junior.
You see, the goal that Saka scored, right? Insert Casemiro there so that goal doesn't score.
Okay,
I mean,
because he would be there to close off that shot, right? That
right,
CDM is supposed to be able to help.
Varane and Martinez were rendered useless today because Arsenal wanted nothing to do with that back line. They knew. It's almost like them say, we know where the space is going to be. Scott McTominay cannot read that space. I honestly think that if hindsight is not 20, or hindsight is 2020, whatever the statement is.
Yeah.
I think if Ten Hag would do it all over again, he would have started Fred over Christian Eriksen. I really think so. Okay. Because if it's one thing about McTominay and Fred, as much as we hated McFred, I hated McFred, them cover space.
Yeah.
And them just never do it today. So hats off to Arsenal though.
Yeah, man.
I think Arsenal would have still win.
Big up to Arsenal. Good omen for Arsenal. Arsenal record after 19 matches, looking at previous championship seasons for the Gooners. Yo, Arsenal fans, Gladbach bus when I saw the stats. In 1997-1998 season, at this point, they were on 33 points. 2001, 2002, 36 points. 2003, 2004, 45 points. And 2022-2023 season, 50 points. So this is the highest points at this stage for the Gooners that went on to win the EPL title. I mean, this team is playing some serious football. It's a confident team. Wan-Bissaka, Junior, I mean, you all right with Wan-Bissaka's day at the office, brother?
Yeah. He's not going to be perfect. He lives on the edge. You played against Crystal Palace midweek. You played against Man City a week ago. You're going to have an off game. It's going to happen, right? I won't put the blame solely on his foot. I don't think Dalot would have made much of a difference anyway. It just goes to show that Man U probably want more players, because we always say Wan-Bissaka is a walking mistake waiting to happen, and unfortunately it happened to them twice.
Come on, you're giving Arsenal this trophy after 19 games. The 3 previous times that they led with such points, 3 previous times they won the EPL, they had such impressive numbers at this stage. This time is the highest compared to those 3 times read earlier.
No, I'm not giving them the title because they have to play Man City, right? Twice.
Yes,
right?
They have 2 games against Man City, yeah.
Okay,
but they do have a game in hand on Man City, right?
Right, yeah, 1920. What I would not give them the trophy. As I said before, the problem with Arsenal is that they don't have a bench, right? The bench is really, really thin. And so you're getting the product on the pitch now from these players. If 1 or 2 players pick up a knock, then who do you really insert? Look at it's really, really thin. And I think your bench can make or break a team. So I'm not giving them a trophy as yet. I think if they beat Man City the 2 times they play them, or take 4 points off Manchester City, then we can say champions elect.
And speaking of the Gunners, they finalized the transfer security services of the one Mr. Leandro Trossard, who made his Arsenal debut today. Come on, you're satisfied? Just quickly, your thoughts on that transfer, Junior. Come on, your thoughts on Leandro Trossard moving from Brighton to Arsenal and the impact that he could have for this Gunners team.
I mean, you really ask about transfer on my side by everybody. I really mean ask about transfer.
You know what?
Anyway, yeah, man. It's a good player, right? And Arsenal, they're not too bad when it comes to scouting. They're not cheap, right? But it's good because they get bargain players and they impact the team. So I think it's a good transfer for Arsenal, and I expect that he will contribute highly to Arsenal's run.
Junior, your thoughts on the Trossard move from Brighton to Arsenal?
We sit down a while ago and say their bench isn't as strong, and that could be the only thing that stopped them from winning, and then bring in a big transfer. You want to ask me what I think about it? It's a great move. And Arsenal has 50 points midway through the season. 50 points. That means that they are on track to score 100 points. And we don't want to hand them the trophy right now. Boy, Arsenal, hey, Arsenal fans, your side put me through some serious PTSD. Because I'm going to go out and say this. If Arsenal fumble with this trophy and Man City don't score 100 points or don't get 100 points with the trophy, that is the biggest collapse ever. Ever. Because, yes, they have to play City twice, but they've done play Man U twice. They're not playing Liverpool again. They have to play Everton, Brentford, Aston Villa, Leicester City, Bournemouth, Fulham, Crystal Palace twice. They played Wolves, Nottingham Forest, Brighton, after Brighton don't get fleeced by Chelsea. And they play Chelsea at Arsenal. Come on now, guys. They have the trophy. One another trophy.
During the ball is round. And we don't keep anybody yard. So let us cut out the foolishness. We'll assume that these teams are walkover. But history has shown us time and time again, say the team along the gully are the ones that may get the most problem. Arsenal will probably come up with a mindset and say, listen, it's only Brighton, it's only Everton, it's only Leicester, and get a at 1-0, a at 2-1, a at 3-1. That's just how it is. So you wait a little bit. Me already put my $5 upon Man United to win the league. You know, when I mess it up, I got cash out
Step away from the
liquor. Junior. So you need to do something with Tenag. You need to talk to him. But the odds are good. I got cash out my 263 and put it back because the odds have increased.
Cash out. Football family, we don't promote gambling around here, but cash out. Cash out. I mean, ultimately, it's kind of a mixed bag for me with Arsenal. I mean, I know no one coming in the season, maybe outside of Junior, who had Arsenal probably winning, and few Arsenal peggy. You know, very few people had Arsenal doing this well, right? So to do this well and not see it out will be a little bit disappointing. I'm very, very big disappointed, right? But at the same time, this Arsenal team is overachieving. I mean, the style of ball they're playing, the 50 points that you mentioned is absolutely impressive. We never have this £1 bingo card at all. At all, brother. All right, other EPL roundup this weekend. Let's take a look at the EPL results that took place this weekend. Chelsea and Liverpool in our boring ball game. But come on, your new 100 million transfer, Mr. Mudryk, made his debut. Boy, me hear a PS song I sing about this brother in 15 minutes of ball game. Your thoughts on the Mudryk man for Chelsea?
Him fast. That's all I can tell you. In 10 minutes to come on, him fast. Because you see both type of player. Him quick. Him kind of short Milner a little bit, but who hasn't, right? Milner is not the Milner of old. So we can't even use it Andrew. But I think he showed glimpses of what he can be or what he can do. But we've seen good players dropped into mediocre teams, and it's like the mediocrity just rub off on them and them get whatever. So I have to see him over 90 minutes to really form an opinion. But all I can tell you is him quick. But then again, he came on as a sub with fresh legs, and the men on the pitch, they were already tired. So who knows? I mean, I cannot believe. I can believe Chelsea, because Chelsea is trash. But I cannot believe that Liverpool has fallen so quickly, so far down the pecking order, where somebody appear Liverpool, you're like, oh, it's only Liverpool. You know what I say? We can't say that with Chelsea because Chelsea is not good. We don't have no scorers. But it is really sad to see how Liverpool has fallen. Chelsea, they have to recoup. And I expect a fire sale because you can't buy all these players. We have probably 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 attacking players we really have. And you will see the budget was ridiculous. So I expect Abba to leave, maybe Pulisic leave. Something right in the contract for Kai because Kai can't sit on the bench for nobody at all. Hakimi, who else? So it was a boring match, not a good game of football. And it's just sad to say that, sad to see these two good storied clubs, come to this.
About time, box cover. Junior, notable results that stood out to you this weekend. Big up Reggie. Reggie said, we can talk about the trophy after Arsenal's second match versus Man City. Jason Frame says it's also too early to call. But so far our destiny is in our hands. I mean, it's better to be in the lead than to be chased. And yeah man. Junior, notable results. Long time Leeds no win a football game. I think from November they haven't won a game. Everton Connor Dark, owner Mr. Farad Moshari was asked about Frank Lampard's status. He says he has no comment. Bill Kentwright said he will not say anything about Frank Lampard sacking to the press. Your thoughts on the results this weekend, family?
It was all a status quo weekend. This weekend was all status quo, except for Crystal Palace Newcastle. I'm really impressed with Crystal Palace and what they did against Newcastle because Newcastle must have went into that game saying, this is our opportunity to secure third place. All we have to do is beat Crystal Palace. I will lock in for third place, right? So, and they went into that game and the Crystal Palace keeper make some great saves. And that to me was one of the most striking games. Because I was looking at that game saying, this is Newcastle's opportunity to secure top 3. And then fumble the bag.
Okay, Newcastle on a 14 games unbeaten run, right? They just not win. It's just a draw thing going on a corner there. But other results that stood out for you. Nottingham Forest 1-1 with Bournemouth. Southampton had things rough around the corner. Lost to Aston Villa. Aston Villa continues their impressive run. EPL top 6. Arsenal's 50 points. Brighton in 6th position. We get our going around here. So what is going on? Brighton sitting in 6th, EPL top 6. Family, your thoughts? Manchester United in 4th. Newcastle in 3rd position. Arsenal has a game in hand on the teams around them. Your thoughts on the top 6? I mean, is it only a matter of time before Spurs, Brighton, and Newcastle take with themselves out of this thing? Come on.
Not Newcastle.
Not Newcastle.
I don't think Newcastle. I think this is Newcastle's year to hang around. I think watching them play was unfortunate. They couldn't, score. But watching them play, I think they'll probably hang around. Top 5, if anything. Tottenham, I think, will be sliding. It's a matter of time for Brighton. Brighton's all up space. And I think Chelsea and Liverpool will actually make it into Europa.
Junior, your thoughts on the top 6, family?
Yeah, I agree. I agree that Brighton is a whole spot right now. I even think that Newcastle is also holding the spot. I really think Manchester United going to have a surge. I don't think they can finish in the top 2, but Man U will end up finishing in top 3. I think Liverpool is just 2 consecutive games of good performances away from saying, okay, now let's make a run for top 4. And then them just get on this crazy run, right? Because right now, Arsenal is in them run. Man U prior to today was in them run. Liverpool hasn't really had their run yet, right? And we know it's going to happen. As much as we say Liverpool is eroding, as much as we said Klopp not a sense, blah, 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 they are going to get their run. It just needs to happen sooner than later so that they can really challenge the top four. So I think look out for Liverpool, look out for Chelsea to get it right as well. And I think Chelsea and Liverpool will end up fighting for top four at the end of the season.
Both Chelsea and Liverpool position 10th and 9th and 10th. Liverpool in 9th, Chelsea in 10th. Both teams lost 2 of their last 5 games. Chelsea won 1 of their those 5 games. Down the bottom or down at the gully. Come on, Jesse March and this Leeds team. How much time do we continue to give Jesse March to figure it out with this Leeds team? Because they're sitting on 18 points, 1 point above the drop zone, where Bournemouth is on 17. Everton and Southampton both tied on 15 points. How much time do you give Leeds manager Jesse Marsh?
This is his first season that he's wearing tight pants and then a gully. No. I think they'll stick with Jesse. I think Leeds was always like a project, and I think they knew that they wouldn't be, they wouldn't win the championship. So I think unless they get relegated, and I don't think that they'll get relegated. I don't think so. Unless they get relegated, I don't expect to see a coaching change.
Okay, Leeds sitting in 15th position. Junior, we know you soon have to leave, but we want to get your thoughts before you take with yourself on this Juventus saga and what's going on with the old lady, the Bianca Neri. Juventus moving over to the Scudetto. Juventus docked 15 points for false accounting. And Junior, the man them cooked the books as the Italian court ruled on Friday. It's been a rough Friday for Juventus. Last Friday they got the brakes beat off of them by Napoli, and this Friday they receive a suspension, receive 15 points deduction. Penalty. Junior, your thoughts before you take with yourself, family?
No, Juventus a year ago was seen as a team that always seemed to get the great players at low cost and always seemed to get the best deals. They brought in Pogba, they brought in Rabiot with theme idiot mother.
They brought in Cristiano Ronaldo.
They brought in everybody. They brought in Pirlo. We can go back to Pirlo days too. They always brought these players in, and it was always reported free transfer, minimum this, minimum that. I take people for idiot. And somebody's get up and say, you hear me? They were thief money out of Usain Bolt account. They were thief money. L.A. Lewis lose $7 billion to that too. Yo, what is going on in the world? Fix up the things, people. And that's how we reach. It's just a matter of time for all these teams. And you know what? If it's only cost 50, my thing is this. What did the 15 points for this year really cost? Right? Juventus never win the Champions League recently. Them win the Scudetto. But apart from that, was it really worth it? Maybe. Because 15 points, you also miss Champions League next year. And you come back the year after and retool. Whatever.
Big up to BM. BM saying, in regards to Juventus, I guess choppers are everywhere. Choppers, for the non-Jamaican listeners, can you please, I want to explain choppers for me because I don't
chop the line.
Huh?
It's a scammer. It's a what's the guy's name? It's a Madoff kind of person, a Madoff kind of activity.
The scammers, them name choppers.
Yo, they about chop the line, brother. They about chop the transfer line.
Juventus hit with a 15-point penalty. Come on. Since the 2006 issue with the Calciopoli suspension, where they were demoted to Serie B, Juventus. Now it's just Juventus again with another issue. Come on.
Still after the season, them probably will be okay and in a top 6. Well, not top 6. Sorry, they're not going to be top 6. But they won't. They're not in danger of being relegated. Let us just say that. It's just them already have the money. people in pocket already lying. Them already do, because whatever they've done in terms of transfers, nothing has been reversed. Because I was looking to see if they had to pay any money back. They weren't charged a fine. I didn't see any fine. I just saw the 15-point deduction. So what is it? You're correct. I mean, that what are they giving up? Like this year is like a slap on the wrist, a slap on the wrist, and then them just move on because they're in ninth, right? And between them and Lazio, it's not really that far. Lazio is 34, so 7th place is 28, 8th place is 26. So you just need to just play.
So you think the punishment should be harsher?
Of course. I mean, like 15 points. 15 points is 5 games, and the league never that strong. 15 points only dropped them to what? 10th? Was it 10th? Exactly. I mean, like, they were 10th when they got it. At least, but them go down there and battle with Verona. Verona is 18 on 12 points. This was just like smoke and mirrors. It was not.
The ruling body, the court in Italy, also handed out fines to some other clubs who also were deemed to violate the similar rule. They also handed down punishment and ban for directors and former directors and chairman. One, notably Mr. Fabio Paratici, who's also at Spurs. The body asks that this suspension or ban should be extended to UEFA continent, the football continent region on a whole. Do you see this happening? Come on, where Mr. Paratici, now with Spurs, have to take with himself?
No, Latin Junior. No, I don't think so. I think it's our friends and Kumbolo company. I mean, it's one whole chopper entity, right? So I don't think that he'll be punished or asked to resign from where he is right now.
Okay, we have quite a few people. We have to forget about the women's football report now. Hold on. We have too many people are joining the ball chat today, so we have to deal with the women's football report.
All right, but go on then.
Yeah, Junior, bless up yourself, Junior. Look at more family.
Yeah, what's the thing of stuff?
All right. Yeah, go ahead, come on.
No, man, do not say. I tell them to take for themselves. Terrible.
Yes. Let me see if I can get Kadish. Kadish officially joining us. Coach Kadish, how you doing, family?
Hi, I'm good. It's been a while.
It's been a while. We can hear your audio loud and clear. Just
good.
If deal with that. What's going on in the women's world, in the world of women's football, Coach?
Well, it's been an interesting one so far. The Women's Super League in England is one of the most interesting leagues this season, as we have 3 teams that could win, and it's currently down to it's still halfway through the league, but it's shaping up to be a good one. We have Manchester United, who's in first with 28 points, Chelsea in second with 28 points, and Arsenal in third with 25 points, but with a game in hand on both. So it's going to be a very interesting season. The only difference is goal difference, and the goal difference is 25, 23, and 20 respectively. So this one is definitely going to come down to the wire. Another one that is interesting as well is the Italian league, where Juventus, who has been runaway winners for the last few years, are currently sitting in second, 5 points behind Roma. And if we remember Roma, that's where Alison's baby used to play. So I've been keeping track of them, and they seem that they've improved over the years and are currently in pole position with 5 points on Juventus. Spain is being dominated by Barcelona as usual.
Going in and out, family. It seems like your audio chipping in and out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Better now?
Yes.
Right. I'm saying Barcelona is dominated in Spain as per usual. Leon is in the lead, but it's not really There's still a few points ahead, but PSG is trying everything they can to give them a fight. But that's what's been going on so far.
I want to get your thoughts, and by the way, Happy New Year. A long time when I talk to you, so big up yourself. Happy New Year. And I'm going to go to Yard Ballers in a few minutes, but, you know, Happy New Year, family. Long time when I talk to you, so bless up, bless up.
That's true. That's it.
So, a couple questions, and by the way, football family, we have Coach Kadish Fishley on the women's football report joining us, the coach of Royal Lakes in the Jamaican Women's Premier League. Coach, what going on with the side? How things looking in the Jamaican Premier League family?
The good thing about the way the league is structured is that we don't have to necessarily do well in the group stage, because it's a 5-team group and 4 teams go to the quarterfinals for the league. So I'm now looking at this as let's say the group stage as building up to the quarterfinal stage, because that's where it really matters. But it hasn't been good. I don't think I've ever felt like this before now. So, you know, but the team is not bad. It's just a few things that we have to work on. So I'm going to use, as I said, these remaining group stage games to work on that, and hopefully we can do well come the knockout stages.
So when you say you haven't been good, come like you move like Graham Potter and Chelsea.
Yeah, but you know, with the there's a silver lining. We'll see it in the end.
All right, big up yourself. But overall, we've watched the games. Big up to Military Guna TV for definitely streaming the games. But overall, your thoughts on the league, family? I mean, you know, it's good to see Women's Football League back, Women's Premier League back. But so far, how the league going?
I agree. It's good to see it back, but I think it could have been dealt with better, as in launched better, because I don't think a few of the teams weren't fully prepared because of the word is not coming to me. We didn't really expect the league. We knew it was coming, but we didn't really expect it. So when it came, it was an issue, and then the sponsorship money was another problem. So for some clubs, I'm talking about my club specifically, it was I don't think the league should have started right away or how it is, because we're moving from a summer league to a full year league, where a 6-month league, sorry. And that's not something we're used to. I would have rather they have waited and say, all right, this is the future. This is what we're going to plan in the future, but we're going to stick to the summer program. And then once that is done, just know that the next league is going to start September, October, whenever. But, you know, they really don't listen to me, so.
Don't know. I don't know. Yeah, they do listen, man. Them just here tough. We have Coach Kadish Fishley joining us, head coach of Royal Lakes in the Women's Premier League, Jamaican's Women's Premier League. We're discussing some women's football. And if you're new to Ballchat, this is what we do almost every few weeks or so, every 3 or 4 weeks.
Right.
We do a women's football report brought to you by Coach Kadish Fishley. Coach, just a couple of things before we go to Yard Baller segment, and I wouldn't mind if you hang around for the Yard Baller segment too, because Junior gone. Big things that I want to ask you quickly about is this FFA Cup that the Reggae Girls is getting ready to play in, coming up in February. Come on, we'll give more details on that in the Yard Ballers report. But your thoughts about this competition, where girls will be facing Czech Republic, Spain, and Australia in February 13th to the 25th. Your thoughts about this competition for the Reggae Girls in a World Cup year?
I'm actually pretty excited about it because it gives our girls the necessary preparation going into the World Cup. I don't think we had that the last time.
Audio chipping out again, family.
Better.
Talk to Flo or Digicel regarding it.
Is it better now?
Yes. But
right.
Your volume dipped down there again. So if you don't mind repeating what you said, please.
Right. I was saying it's good because it's something that we didn't have the last time we went to a World Cup, and our lack of preparation showed in our group games. So hope we are playing against some of the best teams in the world in respects to Spain and Australia. So that's good preparation because we are going to need it with the group that we have. And hopefully we can learn something from these games where we can do better than what we did in the last World Cup.
We have the magnificent Coach Kadish Fishley join us on Ballchat Women's Football Report segment. Before we go to Yard Ballers, a long time, like I said, Kadish, coach of Royal Lakes FC in the Jamaican Women's Premier League. A long time in a talk to you. I have a whole heap of questions, but I have two more questions that I want to knock out before we go Yard Ballers. We know it's come on ready to do our segment, but two more questions quickly, Coach. Michelle Demornay officially signed with Lyon, basically a French general, 18, 19 years old. I'm not sure exact age currently, but your thoughts on this transfer, family? I mean, this player is a baller.
Yeah, it's very good, and it just goes to show the development that she's had over the last few years. She has become one of the best young midfielders in the world, and Leon recognized that, and Leon doesn't just go for anybody.
Yeah, man. Very excited to see her in the French league. And also, Alison Swebe, rumored, news, I don't know if the Yard Baller segment come on, we'll have any update on this, but Alison Swebe seems to be on her way to PSG, Jamaica's own Alison Swebe, who I also think should be the captain of the Reggae Girls, but that's a whole nother discussion. Your thoughts if this move is actually successful, and do you see her fitting in this PSG outfit if it does occur?
I mean, Alison Swebe has been one of our most consistent defenders over the past few years. I think her time in Roma was very helpful to her, so I was very shocked when she left and went to Angel City, I don't even think she played any game.
You were very shocked when she went to Los Angeles Angels, I think, in the NWSL, right?
Right, yeah. Because she was a starter at Roma. And, as much as NWSL is one of the biggest women's league, European football is nothing to joke about. And I think she would have had, if she had stayed, she would have continued to develop into being one of our best defenders. So hopefully this PSG move will put her back on the right track and gets her playing to where she needs to be come the World Cup.
All right, big up yourself. We're going to go to Yard Ballers report, if you don't mind hanging on with us as we're going to get to the Yard Ballers report, because Cameroon is definitely going forward with the Reggae Girls squad. Big up Geraldo Hiens. Geraldo Hiens says, Gunners to the world. Big up yourself, family. Come on, Yard Ballers report. Come on, we want to hear about the Yard Ballers Jamaican football report. Hear what I go on. Come on, over to you, family.
Sick and tired of Geraldo. That's what I don't want to ask now. When can't take him. Anyway, so we have not heard anything about Alison Swebe again. PSG, nothing is official. We checked the PSG website. There's nothing there. Angel City, there's nothing official from Angel City anyway. It's just rumors. So hopefully we'll get some information so we can pass on to the public. Chevon Marsh, he signed with US League One Chattanooga FC. Mullins Road re-signed Nicholas Nelson. I never did know Nicholas Nelson didn't even leave, but him come back. And Mullins Road at your side. Alex Marshall.
Used to be.
Okay. Alex Marshall has signed a 2.5-year contract in the Premier League. Himself, what more? I don't know how I feel about this. Alex Marshall, I think, is one of the best young schoolboy players we've seen in a minute. And then I don't know. I mean, maybe he came back for playing time. I don't know. I don't know what your views are on Alex Marshall signing in Jamaica Premier. Yes, we want the Premier League to improve. But at 24, I think Alex Marshall should have gone, overseas. But anyway, that's just me. So he signed a 2.5-year deal with Portmore. Atafaroy, my guy, came back from Vietnam. he has signed for Mount Pleasant. I mean, like Tapa, if Tapa don't win Jamaica Premier League, let me fire him because he has signed everybody. He's Potter 2.0. He signed everybody, so he should have a good enough squad. His bench should also have a bench. That's how good Mount Pleasant should be. With the firing of Coach Lenny from Chapelton, I mean, they seem to be in disarray. A whole bunch of players left, and I think I've only seen one transfer in, and they didn't show up for their Mount Pleasant clash today. So that's something to look into. Kayla McKenna scored her 11th goal in all competitions for Rangers in Scotland. Paige Bailey Gale, your girl, provided an assist for Crystal Palace in a 3-2 loss for Coventry. She came off the bench and was very, very effective. Jamal Lowe scored his first goal at QPR. You know, he's there on loan. And Bunny Shaw provided the assist for Man City versus Aston Villa. She now has 9 goals and 3 assists in 12 league games. And this is what I want to know. What more should Bunny Shaw do to be she wasn't even nominated, was she? In the art, Kadish, was she nominated in the RTR
Sportswoman of the Year?
No, she wasn't. And I have the answer to your question. You want to know what she needs to do? She needs to single-handedly drag Jamaica to the final of the Women's World Cup before she's given her just rewards.
Okay, you know what? Right. Yo, easy with them talk there, no. Easy with them.
That sounds like it because I think last year has been one of her best years. I mean, like she was doing well when she did France, but she has been doing really well in the English Premier League. And for her not to be nominated was kind of strange. But I think they have the criteria. I need to see what the criteria is.
Yeah,
so
man.
that's my yard ball around for today.
Big up to Kadisha Bonisha. And big up to the winner, the one and only, the fancy friend, the Arsenal Peggy. The one and only Pocket Rocket, right? She won the Sportswoman of the Year, right? Shelley and Francie Fraser Price. We love Shelley, but Arsenal suspect. Reggae Girl squad for the FFA tournament, family. Big up on yourself. I want to get your thoughts on this squad. Both Kamon and Kadish. Coach Kadish Fishley is on the line with us. Leah Brooks, Sydney Schneider, Rebecca Spencer, Rachel Jones, the goalkeepers, midfielders, Rachel Jones, Trudy Carter, Peyton McNamara, Havana Sloan, Drew Spence, Paige Bailey Gale, Tierney Wilshire, the midfielders, defenders, Denisha Blackwood, Satara Murray, Vian Sampson, Alison Swaby, and the other Swaby, Chantel Swaby, Wilson, Victoria Williams, a new name, and in the forward position we have Jodie Brown, Atalanta Primus, Chenia Matthews, Bonnie, Kidisha Bonnie Shaw, Cameron Simmons, Kiki Van Zanten, another one of those players, Salai, Washington. Come on, this is and Kadish, this is a squad that Coach Lauren Donaldson named for the FFA competition facing Spain, Australia, and the Czech Republic. Your thoughts on the squad before we go my way out, family?
I have a little problem. So he was interviewed and Lauren was asked about the local Premier League, right? And he said that they need 5 years to kind of be up to par, right? I would have liked to see at least one of the best female players, local player, who is playing in the Premier League, in the Jamaica Premier League, to at least get a look at, right? You load in the roster with all the players that we know we already see. But what incentive is there for the young lady who is now playing in the Women's Premier League back home? There's no incentive because wasn't in my team Kadish Fraser's whip? Them have like what 60 plus 60 goal difference at them, right? So at least you have a couple of players who, and they've been winning, that maybe deserve a look. But I bet you any amount of money you have nobody from the JFF that comes through and scouts actively. So I just want them to see that you have players with potential and you have to give them an incentive to work towards.
Yeah, we're supposed to get Coach Lauren Donaldson on the show so you can ask him yourself when him forward. He's been very busy preparing for this tournament. We don't know if he's going to forward before this tournament. Of course, we have interviewed in the past and we kept in clear communication. So, Kadish, your thoughts on the squad family and I mean, who is Victoria Williams, new defender from Brighton Hove?
Yeah. Oh,
Do you know her?
I know her. I didn't know she had Jamaican parentage. That's interesting. That's very interesting. She's a very good. She has been one of the best players at Brighton for a very long time. So
We have a bad connection with Coach Kadish, especially live and direct out of yard. Come like, boy,
we have to talk to Digital.
The chopper them are work on the line.
Right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Right. I'm saying Victoria Williams has been one of Brighton's best players for a very long time. So it's I would love to see her in the squad. My biggest concern is, why is Denisha Blackwood still being called up? She has always been the weakling anytime we play one of the top teams. The best game we played in the Gold Cup was the game where she had to sit out. And so that's one of my concerns. Another concern is Trudy Carter doesn't have a club. How is she, like, what? Like, I understand sentiment and I understand, wanting to keep those you've had before, but at some point in time, you have to think about, is there nobody better than Trudy Carter? Is there nobody playing in Jamaica anywhere else with Jamaican parentage who is better than Trudy Carter? Because I can think of a couple players.
Reggae Girls getting for the FFA tournament coming down in Australia, February 13th to 25th. They will take on Czech Republic, Spain, and Australia. A very, very big tournament for the family. We're looking forward to do some coverage of that game, of that tournament. So this is the squad that Coach Lauren Donaldson has called Big Ballers. Looking forward to see Drew Spence again. Anytime she put on the jersey, I'm looking forward to see her. No space for my fancy baller, Mariah Gray. Kadish, she's out of the squad. Are you surprised with the non-selection of Mariah here?
I've never really been impressed by her, okay. So it's here or there for me. I agree. I love I love watching Drew play, so it would be nice to see her again. Matthews is another one that's surprising to me, but they must see something that we don't.
Yeah. And I mean, the last time we spoke to Coach Lauren definitely liked Denisha Blackwood. So I don't know, coaches like they have them favorite players still. I like that.
I know, but Denisha only brings crunching tackles to the game. Like she's a female version of Alvas.
No, I think she better than Alvas. Go easy.
Female version of Alvas. I'm sorry. She's fast, and she will put on a crunching tackle on you. But there's nothing else really. She have lapses. But it is what it is. Maybe you need somebody to run down somebody.
Fair enough. All right, family. Big up to all the listeners. Big up to everyone for joining us. Coach Kadish, especially big up yourself. Thank you for joining us. Definitely, we look forward to more women's football report, and good luck to Royal Lakes FC in the going women's Premier League family. Big up yourself. Thank you.
Thanks for having me as always.
All right, big up. Come on, see I hate that Junior Ghana run now. Football family, you can connect with us on Facebook at Ballchat. We're on Twitter at Ballchat1. We're on Instagram at Ballchat Podcast. Big up yourself, Gunners fans. Chelsea, big up on yourself. Come on, a little more. Take it on.
All right, bye.
Bless up.